part of your strategy. You should try and show the same thing because that doesn't give them new information.
I think it's cool. I wanted to see what you were doing. Can I just see what you're doing for a second?
I just messed up big time.
Oh man, sorry about that, dude.
Like real big.
You didn't get nothing.
What you just saw in that clip demonstrates that there are two types of Sunday night Fox animation domination viewers in this world, or at least in this country. One type who takes their love for one of the stalwarts of that lineup, The Simpsons, to the next level and actually starts partaking in board games. And believe you me, there are many, many board games tied into The Simpsons. The other type, who doesn't really care much about The Simpsons and would rather take up knitting on a Sunday night. I'm in the latter category for the most part, yet I understand and appreciate that The Simpsons is one of the darlings of the Television Academy, with many a primetime Emmy Award for various incarnations of the category Outstanding Animated Program. It failed to win this year. Cartoon Network's Primal, created by the creator of Dexter's Laboratory, Jenny Tartakovsky, beat The Simpsons this year. It's his first Emmy, by the way, so good on for him and for Adult Swim. Yet I know The Simpsons will have a few more Emmys to its credit in a few years from now before they decide to close up shop in Springfield permanently. But for now, The Simpsons remains supreme on Sunday nights. So much so that I have my third Clue game to review in this series, and yes, it is indeed tied to The Simpsons. Moreover, it's actually a tie-in, an adaptation of the second most infamous question in television history to be asked, right behind Dallas's Who Shot JR, and that would be Who Shot Mr. Burns. Simpsons Clue gives you the opportunity to rewrite that ending yourself in the most interactive, creative, and plot twist-filled way possible. Oh, and before I forget, welcome back to the Thrift Store Rundown's expedition to the Emmys. We're celebrating TV's biggest night by doing what we do best, bringing Hollywood home on a budget, so let's do that now. This was picked up for $6.99 from the American Thrift Shop in Passaic, New Jersey. And if you want to splurge on a budget, that, along with Red, White, and Blue in Patterson, are two ideal places to do so here in New Jersey. Unlike the previous Clue game I reviewed, Game of Thrones, this is not double-sided. This is just a basic summary of Springfield here. So here we have the Simpsons House, the Springfield Retirement Castle, the Nuclear Power Plant, the Quickie Mart, Bonnie's Bowl-O-Rama, one of my favorite places. I'm actually thinking about going to a bowling alley again soon. This time to review a video, to review a magazine, to shoot a video, review a magazine, and actually to play some bowling. That's gonna be fun. And we're aiming for early October to do that. Krusty Lou Studios, the official self-owned studio lot of Krusty the Clown. This is Burns Manor, supposedly where the crime took place, but only you can figure that out. In addition to which perpetrator and which weapon. The Android's Dungeon. The Flying Dutchman. Yes, there is such a thing as the Flying Dutchman! And again, the Simpsons House. That is the board itself. And there is no instruction sheet. Rather, they just print the instructions here in the box insert. So, as always, we're going to give you 10 seconds to look at those instructions so that you have a firmer grasp of gameplay. 10 seconds begins now. This comes complete with a die and a pencil, so you can write down who committed the act, where it happened, and what weapon was used. Along with that, it's actually a mailback form that you can mail out for more copies of Clue, and plenty copies of Monopoly. More Monopoly than Clue. More Monopoly than Scrabble, really. I would definitely be interested in Star Trek The Next Generation or X-Men, Marvel Comics too, they're related to pop culture. Sports, those get honorable mentions. So here we have all the cards, the character cards, the entry cards, and so on. Along with Rick Simpson, takes place as Rick's character in the original Clue. So for example, Lisa Simpson as Miss Scarlet. which is actually upside down. There you go. Marge Simpson as Mrs. Peacock. And where's Homer? Yep, Homer Simpson as Mr. Green. Along with Krusty the Clown as Colonel Mustard. By the way, did you know the original Miss Scarlet in the original Clue game was married to the late James Lipton, host of Inside the Actor Studio? These are where you checkmark the locations for your alleged perpetrator. And of course, all of it is stored right here in this confidential envelope. That's where you put in which perpetrator did the offense, which weapon, and where did it happen. If it matches any of the player's guesses, well, guess what? You win the game. And as you can tell, this game has already been played because some of the notes here have actually been written on. And it looks like with pen. I detest the use of pens because, well, you can't wash them out, you can't erase them. But hey, there's still a decent amount of material here that is blank, and so you can actually write on that. So this will provide you a good amount of hours of fun if you're a Simpsons fan. And even if you're not, who doesn't enjoy a good game of Clue, huh? So, the equipment. The Clue game board, which shows 9 locations around Springfield. And those are the locations. 6 pewter tokens, which I hold in my hand now. Get the other few in here. Along with the weapons. So, 12 pewter pieces in all. All in die-cast metal. There you go. Deck of cards, 1 card for each of the 6 suspects, 6 weapons, and 9 locations. So, in total, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 21 cards in all. And these are the cards here. Stack them in the center, right here. In the clue space, the green clue space. So the object of the game. Chief Wiggum finds wealthy industrialist Charles Montgomery Burns dead, and it looks like foul play. Recalling his failure the last time Mr. Burns was near fatally wounded, Wiggum rounds up 6 likely suspects. Homer, Marge, Lisa, Bart, Krusty the Clown, and Waylon Smithers. Why not Maggie? Oh, babies aren't capable of committing murder. If they are, then inside of this and everybody else would be all over that. It would be, I don't know, martial law in America. The fingered suspects then dress up as their favorite Clue character and try to figure out who killed Mr. Burns. To win, you must determine the answers to these 3 questions. Who killed Mr. Burns, where, and with what weapon? Those are very simple questions. Yet in playing this game, you might figure out that it's kind of complex. And with many plot twists that abound in this game, it's delightfully so. And that's coming from somebody who's not really a big Simpsons fan, yet I have done a few Simpsons videos on the channel before because I recognize there are many people who are Simpsons fans, who are members of my audience, so it's my job to make sure that their voices are heard also. We don't forget you, even for a second. As always, we'll turn the board back, we'll turn the game back, so you can get a better grasp of the summary of gameplay. The exciting world of the Clue game meets the dysfunctional world of The Simpsons. It's not only a question of who shot Mr. Burns, but who killed him, with what weapon, and where. We don't really know why, but then again, you can make that a judgment for yourself. Was it Bart Simpson as Professor Plum and Barney's Bolorama with the poisoned donut? Or Marge Simpson as Mrs. Peacock in the Cookie Bot with the slingshot? 6 suspects, 6 weapons, 9 crime scenes. Be the first to solve the case in this classic game of mystery and mayhem, and you win. So again, the game board, 6 pewter suspect tokens and weapons, a confidential case file envelope, a deck of suspect weapon and location cards, a detective notebook pad, and a die. And this copy came complete with a pencil. It's from USAopoly. Because it's already been used, I have to hold back on 5 claps once again and give it the standard rating of 4.5 out of 5 claps. But hey, it's not that surprising. I bought it from a thrift shop. It's how you know what's used that lets me know if this game is quality or not. And let me tell you something, anyone who doesn't buy Simpsons Clue would be a real donut. Thanks for watching. Stay golden. And of course, I'll catch you next time on the flip side. Take care, everybody.